Okay, so what we're gonna do is you will need some sort of a wall, but if not, that's okay. You can practice on a wall later on. And what you're gonna do is use your breath against a wall, and you're going to take your elbows by your sides, palms, the back of your hands are against the wall. So if it doesn't touch, that's okay. The goal is eventually they do touch. And this is a really great exercise for the posture and also a great way to connect with your breath and also really great for your shoulders. So take your elbows down by your sides, palms facing away from your body, and just take a moment to close your eyes, focus on your core and focus on your breath. So focus on that ujjayi breathing, a slight closure to the back of your throat to allow for that ocean wave sound. So just do 3 deep inhales and 3 deep exhales through your nose on your own, focusing on that ujjayi breathing. We'll do it together actually. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. So encouraging the wideness of your chest. You can slowly open up your eyes, widening through your collarbones, and just allowing the back of your shoulders, back of your palms to touch the wall. And then we're going to follow our breath with our arms. So as you inhale, start to lift your arms. Try to keep the back of your arms and your hands on the wall. At the top of your breath, fingers touching. And then as you exhale, continue to keep raising the back of your arms against the wall as you exhale, ending with your elbows by your sides. We'll do 2 more times. So inhaling, grazing the back of your hands, arms against the wall, reaching at the top. And then as you exhale, bringing your arms down by your sides. Still connecting with your belly button in towards your spine, spine connecting towards your belly button. Last one, inhale, reaching your arms up, keeping the back of your head and your bottom should also be touching the back or touching the wall. And then coming down to the side. And so you can step away from the wall and just continue to try to keep that form in the back of your head and the back of your shoulders and your bottom touching the imaginary wall. And then standing here, palms facing open in mountain pose, try to continue this posture, this positioning, and a slight engagement through the abdomen to help protect the back. And then we're gonna go into a rolling down motion, the Pilates push-up, and then rolling back up, trying to remember this position as you end. So take a nice deep inhale to grow tall and press your feet to the floor. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin in, roll, roll, roll yourself down, and take 3 steps with your hands. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna end in a plank position, feet are hip width apart. Take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, we're gonna go ahead and walk back. So 1, 2, 3. Knees are soft as you body roll up, inhaling, and then coming back into that position where we're against an imaginary wall. And then exhale, tuck your chin in, body roll down. 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, into plank. And then you can stay here for your 2 breaths or go ahead and extend 1 leg off the floor. This is our balance pose. So 1-legged plank. 1 inhale, engaging in the core, exhale. Replace your foot and then go ahead and walk. 1, 2, 3. Knees are soft, slightly bent, body roll up, ending back into that posture against the wall. Take a nice deep inhale, rolling tall, and then exhale, body roll down. 1, 2, 3, back into plank, and then switching legs. So try not to let your shoulders shift or your hips shift. It should be stationed exactly the way you were with both feet down. And then if you're lifting one leg up, almost nothing moves, just your foot and leg. One deep inhale, lengthening the crown of your head away from your split. As you exhale, pull the lower belly in, protecting the back. One more deep breath. And then exhaling, take your foot back down and go back. 1, 2, 3, body roll back up to standing. And then ending here again in mountain pose, imagining that wall behind you. Take a nice deep inhale to grow tall, and then exhale, feet are on the floor. So the next thing I want to show you for opening up the shoulders is prep for wheel using the wall. And we won't go all the way down. We're just going to use the wall to walk back. The first step is I'm just going to close this window because I don't want to fall through the screen. You're going to take both hands in front of you, and then you're just going to flip one hand. So my left hand is going to flip down. And then from here, I'm going to move over. I'm going to keep my hands flipped, go backwards, and take the other hand so it's flipped as well. And looking up, and this is a standing wheel position, great for shoulder mobility and opening up through the chest and front body. So I'm going to take a nice deep inhale to really breathe through your front, pressing your hips forward, slight tension in the legs and the glutes. And then as you exhale, go ahead and flip yourself back. Hand comes over, and then you can re-flip your left hand up. So I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to flip my right hand down. Take a moment to put some pressure there on the hand. Flip your other hand over, flipping it back. So they're both pointing down. Take a nice deep inhale. Press against your palms like you're doing wheel. Press against your feet. Lift your hips forward. Open up through your chest. Take a nice deep breath. And then as you exhale, round through your heels. Press through your fingertips. One more deep breath. And then exhale to go ahead and re-flip back over. Both hands pointing down. And then replace your fingertips pointing up. So I find that's really great exercise if you're not comfortable doing wheel on the floor. Do it against the wall, and that's the same motion, facing your hands, flipping, and you feel that wonderful stretch through your shoulders, through your chest, and then you're really able to work into the wheel pose by prepping on the wall first. So I really recommend trying that. And actually, it's a really great exercise to do in the water too, if you want to do that against the wall while you're in the pool, because it's definitely pool season. Okay, so we're going to go down to the floor, and we're going to go into our bridge. So it's another prep for wheel. Bridge pose is really great for the shoulders. So lying on your back, you're going to tuck the tips of your shoulder blades underneath you. Take a moment to connect with your core, pulling in the lower belly up and in. Take your hands by your sides, palms facing down for support. Feet are hip width, knees are hip width. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthen the body. As you exhale, press through your heels to lift your hips. Now this might be enough for you just to stay here. Your glutes are engaged and your knees are pointing forwards and inwards, like you're squeezing a ball between your legs. And you can actually use a block or a ball between your thighs to help strengthen your bridge pose. I find this is really great if you squeeze for about 10 seconds. If you want a passive version, you can just place this underneath your sacrum. So the bones underneath your back, and you can just stay here. So we're gonna do this version, second version, interlace your fingers underneath. And by doing so, you can press the full length of your arms into the floor. By pressing into the floor, you can see I can lift my hips a little higher. So it's like using that force on the ground to lift up higher. This is version 2. So feel free to stay here. Option 3, we're gonna alternate legs. So I'm gonna place my right foot closer to the middle. Keep my hips stabilized by engaging my core. Go ahead and lift your left knee up towards your chest, and then bring your leg up. And we're gonna hold for 5 deep breaths. It's gonna be really tough. So hold here, squeeze your glutes for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So go ahead and replace your foot. Take your left foot into the center, lift your right knee up towards your chest, and lift up for 5. Keep pressing into your palms. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and replace your foot, replace your feet back into hip width, let go of your arms, and then body roll yourself back down. Awesome. So if you are practicing wheel or you want to get into wheel, so we did that wall prep, really good ways to get into your shoulders, work on your posture, and then to get to traditional wheel, hands like a pancake beside your ears, fingers pointing towards your elbows, and try to avoid this where elbows are out to the side. Just like downward dog, you should be pressing into your palms evenly. And to start, feet are hip width or maybe a little bit wider than your hips, and you're pressing into your palms, go into bridge pose, lift up to the crown of your head. And this might be enough just to stay here. And it also depends on the mobility of your shoulders. So if you feel like this is enough, your shoulders are getting a good stretch, stay here. If you have the strength and you want to work towards the strength, you can go ahead and press through your palms to lift yourself up into your wheel pose. So feel free to stay here. Option, you can do bridge again. Third option, yes, lift one leg. So I'm going to shimmy my right foot closer in, and then I'm going to go ahead and lift my left leg up towards my chest, hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Replace my left foot, switch, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know if you can see it, but I can feel the shakies. Replace your feet hip width, landing on my head. And then go ahead, lift your chin towards your chest. Replace your hands to your sides. Body roll down. Super soft. Go ahead, take your knees towards your chest. Counter that back bend. Take a moment to reset your spine by placing both knees in. You can even rock a little bit side to side. Should feel really good on your sacrum to rock. And then take one hand on each knee to do nice big circles in one direction, massage in your lower back. And nice big circles in the other direction, massaging your back. And doing deep back bends and forward bends, it's always good to do a twist. So just take your hands out towards the side, touch your toes down, lift your hips to the left, both knees to the right. Placing my right hand over top of my left side, placing some pressure so that I can look over my left shoulder without my legs coming with me. Knees are stacked, one on top of the other. As you inhale, think about lengthening the spine. Ribs are pulling away from the hips. As you exhale, we're opening the chest a little bit more towards the left. One more deep inhale. As you exhale, release your hands to the other side. So I'm going to touch down my toes, lift my hips to the right, both legs towards the left, using my left arm to apply pressure, gentle pressure, so that I can look over my right side without my knee coming towards the right. It's going to stay stacked. Inhale to lengthen the spine, extending the hips away from the ribs. Exhale, opening up your chest. Looking in the opposite direction. Breathe deep. One more deep inhale. And then as you exhale, go ahead and take your toes back to the center, replace your hips to the midline, and then that's it for today. I'm going to just lie here. It's hot and sweaty right now in the sunroom. Thanks so much for joining. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Namaste.